Morning, everyone. It's Tuesday, October 1st, and we're going to take a look at the market. I can't believe it's October already. Wow, that's incredible. All right, so yesterday's Zoom session, this is what we talked about, and it played out as one of our scenarios. We had three scenarios. One was very, very unlikely, and this was the most likely scenario that we picked out, and it played out. And it's a pretty simple reason why we picked it. Support is usually resistance usually flip to support, and vice versa. So it was just a very natural choice. The fib extension here at 1.272 was our long-standing resistance. So we said that we're probably going to see Bitcoin get rejected off the 200 EMA, which is a 99.9999% probability, like we always see. And then once we get rejected, we would normally come down to the next area of support, which naturally, just makes sense. It'd be the 1.272, and that's exactly what happened here. We've been here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours finding support here. If we lose this support, then naturally the next support area is going to be the 100 EMA on the 1 hour time frame. So that'll put us into right here. But this is held on pretty strong. EMAs, the MACD is looking bearish at the moment, so we definitely have to see some liquidity, some volume coming in the next hour or two, or else we're going to break that support there and come down to our next area of support here, being the EMAs. If you guys are new to my Discord, make sure you listen to the EMA module that I recorded. It's in our library section on Discord. It's about 20-30 minutes long, and it helps you to understand how we utilize the EMAs for support and resistance, and what EMAs I use, and they're very, very accurate for support and resistance, the settings that I use, and you can back test it on any time frame on any coin, and you'll understand why I use the 9, 30, 50, 100, and 200 EMA. Everyone has their own preference. You're more than welcome to use whatever EMA you like. I use these because they're proven to be one of the most accurate EMA settings, along with some other ones, but I don't want to put too many. I just stick to the system that works for me and that has proven to work for everyone else as I post these charts and play off the EMAs, as that's a major part of my support and resistance areas are those EMAs. So looking at Bitcoin right now, we're sitting at 83.17. Looking at the heat maps, we still have no signature below the current price action. That is a very good thing. Typically, we see here when there's any type of heat below, the price seems to gravitate to that major heat, and we have seen them turn that off yesterday morning at 7,500 and kept it off. So good sign for Bitcoin as far as hopefully not coming down any further and holding its ground here at 8,300. Very good sign for some upward move, as 87.40 is still on the table. They have not removed that heat off of 87.40. Very strong. The strongest heat we can get is this bright yellow, and that's exactly what we have here. So we're still about $400 off of this. So I wouldn't there's no time frame, so I wouldn't get too excited just yet. I'm not telling you guys that we're going straight there. There could be some push to the downside, but according to the heat maps, as of right now, they're starting to turn on the heat at 8,500, and really intense heat is still on the board at 87.40. So I am for now expecting a move to the upside versus a downside. And when I say a move, I'm talking about like a $100 or $200 move. I see it more towards the upside than the downside, as there is nothing really pushing the price down here. Doesn't mean the market makers can't dump it. They can certainly do so, but that's not normally what happens when we look at the heat maps and we look at the heat related to the price action. They tend to work towards where the heat is. So that's what gets me a little bit more optimistic about the price of Bitcoin heading to the upside versus coming down. Looking at Bitcoin on the larger time frame, here is the falling wedge on the 12-hour time frame. This is the chart that I posted over the weekend when we were still forming this, and you can see where it played out nicely. We broke out of here. Now, this was an important part, that we did not get rejected on the 9 EMA, because there was a good possibility that we came up here on the 9 EMA and we get rejected. But we actually pushed above it, closed above it, and we're currently two 12-hour candles above the 9 EMA. So that puts us at, a full day already. Well, 8 hours to go on this candle, and it'll put us a full day above the 9 EMA. So hopefully we can hold that there. We've got the support really, really close underneath, about $100 from the current price or so for major support line. But I really would like to see the 9 EMA hold that 12-hour time frame here for some move to the upside. This here, I am not going to take this off. Yesterday, I left this on there, and I told you guys in the Zoom session that I left this configuration because of the $7,500 heat signature that's been on there for a while. They've now taken it off. They have not brought it back. So officially, I am going to remove this as a play for Bitcoin. So right now, this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing us move to the upside. 87.40 is the target. What happens here is going to be one of two things. We're going to break through 87.40, hopefully flip it as support, or once we hit 87.40, we're going to come down to right here, which is going to be the new support right there. That'll be the support line. If we get rejected off 87.40, we'll probably come down to 85.40 and catch some support there, some consolidation before moving to the upside. The major support area, or resistance better said, that we're going to be facing is this green box. 3 months of support and bouncing off this 3 box is not going to be easy for Bitcoin to break through it. The only way we're going to break through it quickly is if we get one of those $1,000 candles to the upside. Just like we had this big candle to the downside, we need a big push to the upside and close above it, and then we have a very good chance of flipping it. But don't count on that too much. Count on the more probable scenario, which would be rejection, consolidation, and then a push to the upside. But you know what? You never know. We can get one of those $1,000 candles to the upside at any time, and that would be, I definitely would not be opposed to seeing something like that. The 1 day of Bitcoin, you can see here where we're getting rejected right on the 9 EMA. And this is what I was afraid on the 12-hour, which did not play out. We actually broke above it. But you can see, again, that's exactly what happened here on the 1 day time frame. We got rejected off that 9 EMA. So we definitely have some work to do on the smaller time frames to get looking a little bit more bullish on the higher time frames. Number one is a 12-hour time frame needs to hold that 9 EMA and start pushing up, so we can see the push up on the 9 EMA on the 1 day time frame. Hopefully see a little J hook going on here, and if we can get the 9 EMA to cross bullish on the 200 EMA, that'll give us a really nice thrust on the upside. But it's still too early for that, guys. Let's look at some altcoins real quick. We'll look at some majors. Let's look at, actually, you know what? We're going to use this tab here. We'll use the link tab. I posted this, guys. Be careful. Possible double top. We don't know yet. The 9 EMA has held very nicely on supporting the price action, but this structure here with these fractals. Look at the fractal here. Look at the fractal there. Pretty soon, if this thing breaks down here to the 30, we'll see a fractal show up here. So I would be careful. Ride those stop losses up in the event that it does break down and finish this double top. So be very careful with that. Let's look at Bitcoin Cash breaking down at the moment, not looking good. Let's look at Ethereum breaking down as well, looking very bearish. And Litecoin not looking too good either. Yesterday, the market wasn't looking too bad. Today's a complete opposite. The market's not looking too good. So just be careful, guys. Put your alert. Go outside. Have a good day. Don't sit there in front of the charts. You're not going to make the price of Bitcoin go up by staring at it. You're not going to make the price of your altcoin go up by staring at it. Just go out, have some fun, find some support areas for your favorite altcoin. And if you feel like that is the altcoin you want to play, put an order down below, put your alerts as it's approaching, and then you can reanalyze the market as it's getting closer to your target and see if that's going to be a target you want to keep or you want to remove, depending on how Bitcoin is looking. But right now, Bitcoin is in a gray area that we're wanting to see hold at the current support levels. And until we can get some move on here, we're going to have to wait. So just to recap real quick, we are at 1.272 fib extension. If that doesn't hold, we're going down to the 100 EMA, hopefully for another attempt to the 200 EMA. That's what I'm expecting. I would like to see a bounce from here, from the current support, or from the 100 EMA back to the 200 and see if we can crack it. And my goal is to break above it and flip it into support. That's a very, very important move for Bitcoin. If we can do that, flip it to support. If not, we're going to continue to bounce until we finally break it to the upside. Everyone have a really good day. We'll be back at our Zoom session tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Until then, you can catch me on Discord. Won't be available for most of the day. I'm going to be out. I'm going to go see my grandkids and have some fun. There's no point in looking at a market like this. It's a pretty sideways market, not much going on. So I'm going to enjoy myself as much as I can before we get those busy seasons back into our lives where everything else is kind of put on pause. So I'm going to enjoy myself for now. Have a good one, guys.